Hey guys, it's Andrea from VW Family Farm. I wanted to just talk to you for a few minutes today. Here a while back I did a curriculum review video, and Lane does our editing and he did a really good job. He edited it, and usually we'll sit around as a family and we'll watch it just to find any little things we want him to tweak or change before we post it. Well, I'm going to be honest, my curriculum review video we had a hard time watching because it's kind of boring. It's not something that for Ben and the kids is really fun to watch. But I knew that it could, the reason I did it is I knew it could probably help people, because I know when I'm researching curriculums for homeschooling, I'll just get consumed with that, like trying to find the best fit for our family. And I've talked to my friends, some of them are like that. So I know when you're trying to find the best curriculum, you're looking for specific information, and that's what I tried to put in there. But for someone who's not homeschooling or isn't interested in that particular curriculum, that could be kind of boring. But the kids have noticed it when they've been on YouTube, and Ben and I both have noticed it. That's one of our most watched videos. So I told you I was going to do another video pretty soon. I promised you a video on some of the curriculum we're going to do this year. I reviewed what we did last year, but I didn't want to wait too long because we have found something I really want to share with you, that if you're struggling to find a great math curriculum, I want to share this with you. So let me give you a little history. We started off, our kids went to public school until they started the 2nd and the 4th grade, and I pulled them out not long into that school year. Okay, and I knew nothing about homeschooling at that point. So the only curriculum really that I'd even heard of was Abeka, and someone trusted to me had recommended that to me, and they liked it. And I liked it for a while, but that's what we did at first, and we did every subject Abeka. Well, if you know anything about homeschooling, anything about Abeka, it's really made for like a private school setting, but it can also be used for homeschooling, most definitely. And we loved it for the several years that we did it. I don't know exactly how many years, but we did several years of it. It's a boxed curriculum. Everything comes, you just open it and go. Okay, well, the work in it, if you try to do every single little thing, it will work you to death. You'd be working all day long, every single day. And that's just, I got to the point I was like, this is not what I'm looking for. I'm just doing public school at home basically with a Christian curriculum, and this is not what I pulled my kids out of school to do. So, and the math portion especially, for the lower grades, they will definitely be on track or advanced if you're doing Abeka, okay? The reviews I'd read said that they would not recommend sticking with Abeka through high school, that it wasn't the best high school choice. And all I have to go on is people I'd talked to and things I'd read on the internet. What I had read is that switch to Saxon before they get to the higher level maths. So that's what we did. We actually switched, I believe, in like maybe 5th grade for my youngest, maybe 7th. I think that's what we did. So we've been doing Saxon for several years now. Lane did Saxon, I think it was 7th, 8th, and 9th maybe. He did pre-algebra, and he did algebra 1 through Saxon and geometry. I have my kids on like a faster track where once I felt like they got the elementary math down, we switched on to like algebra 1. So Lane is in 10th grade and he's already on algebra 2. So Saxon's awesome. It will do what you want it to do. Your kids will get what they need to get. They will be advanced. I believe they would score very well on tests, all of that. But it is a lot, and it's a book. I know you can get CDs that will tell you, read the lesson to you or whatever. I never did that because I thought, if we're just going to read the lesson, they can read it in this book. And the CD was expensive. So we did Saxon for the last few years. It takes a long time every day. I would set them a limit for an hour and have to push them to get done in an hour. Okay, and then we went back to where I was cutting half of the practice problems in half, because it's like a spiral curriculum where you keep practicing, and that's how they nail it down, is repetition. There's a lesson, there's like could be anywhere from 3, 4 to 15 problems for that day's lesson, and then there's 30 practice problems. That took my kids forever, and we struggled through it for several years there because I thought, I want them to be advanced. I don't care if some things are not going to be fun. This is just one of those things that's not going to be fun. But in the process, they were hating math. So I cut it back to 15 problems a day. Still took like an hour. They were making A's on the tests, but it was what I'd call painful. So that brought me to the end of last year, and I thought, and I'd done this the last couple years before that, I thought, we're making a change. This is crazy. I'm going to make them hate. Sometimes it's math, or sometimes I'll realize we need to change reading. I don't want to make them hate those subjects because, like, I still love to read. I still love numbers. I do math all the time. My family knows I'm a numbers person. So I didn't want to push them so much with this curriculum they hate and turn them off to it forever. So last year ended, I decided we're making a change. It came time this summer to make a decision on what we're going to do this fall, and I started second guessing myself because I am a comparer, especially when it comes to homeschooling and my kids. I'll look around at what my friends are doing or people I don't even know. I'll hear about what they're doing, and I'm like, oh man, they're doing this. We should be doing that. And I start second guessing myself. So it came right down time to bite the bullet, I guess you'd say, and I took a leap of faith and I thought, we will try this. And this year we made a switch and we have found the answer for us. We switched to a program called Teaching Textbooks, and let me just tell you, it has been a lifesaver. I'm going to let you see some footage of the kids this morning. So every year up until this, math is the last thing they want to do. They do not, I try to get them, just get up and do math first. Just get it over with, and then you'll be good for the rest of the day. And let me just say this, my kids have not struggled in math. It's not because they were struggling and it was hard. It was just boring and they just didn't like it. It wasn't that it wasn't their thing. So this is them this morning. Every single day this school year, and we started the 1st of August, so here we are, a month and a half in. Every single day they've done math first, and I didn't even tell them to. That's the first thing they do. It takes a lot less time. As you can see, they're on a laptop and Emily's on our big PC. They love that. My kids, we are definitely not off grid here, but we do have limited technology. They've even accused me of being anti-technology. I promise I'm not, but I would be totally fine if they sacked up all their electronics and said, here, we don't want these anymore. I would be thrilled, but that's not them. They're teenagers in 2018. They like technology. We do limit it. They get very limited, like gaming time, but we do allow some because we are, like I said, in 2018, and that's gonna be part of their life. I mean, it's part of all our lives if we have YouTube channels, so it's gonna be part of theirs at some point. We do not, our teens, this is just a personal choice. I don't put time or thought into thinking about what other people are doing because I have enough things to worry about on my own, but we don't do phones here. Even for our kids are almost 14 and 15 and they don't have a phone and never have. They will probably get one when they're 16 because they'll start driving. That's just our parenting decision we made. They don't have social media, and I don't have any plans for them to get it. I've just seen too many things that makes me think I don't want any part of that right now for teenagers. That'll be up to them. When they get grown, they can do whatever they want. But right now, that's just our decision. But they do crave some sort of technology, and like in school they're doing a lot of things on Chromebooks and laptops and things like that. So as you can see from the clip I showed you, they're doing math on the computer. It's just enough. It's what they needed. They love it, and it's awesome for me. Let me tell you a few things about it. So I think with tests and all, there's 150 to 160 lessons for a school year. What I chose to go with, it's Teaching Textbooks' newest program. It's called 3.0. It's only online, and you have to have an internet connection to do it. It is I think it's a 1-year subscription, so they have a year to complete a course, which can easily be done. I think my kids can do probably more than one lesson a day if they wanted to. You can also, now I haven't done these, all I've done is the online 3.0. It's the same content as what they call 2.0, but I'm not buying the material and having it sent here. Now if you have several children that would be using this, you'd probably be better off to do that, to buy it and own it forever. But the price was low enough for the online, it was going to cost me less for them to both do the online 2 separate times and pay for it twice. That was going to cost me less than buying the books. So it just depends. If you find a deal on used books, of course you're going to save money, or if you find the books used or anything like that, you're going to save money. Also, another thing to consider is if you buy the books, you would have something to resell. But I don't seem to have luck reselling books very well. I'm not a very good salesman, so I just decided to go with the online. They love it. It's going great. They have made all A's. The only criticism I've heard about teaching textbooks is it's too easy. Well, my kids are in Algebra 1 and Algebra 2, so I've looked at the content and I came to the conclusion as long as they're getting the basic facts of what they need for an Algebra 1 course and an Algebra 2 course, at this point, the too easy doesn't really play into it as much for me. Now, if they were in a lower grade and I thought it was way too easy, I might bump them up to the next one or something the next year. But for Algebra 1 and 2, it looks to me like it has the same concepts as what we were doing in Saxon. So it teaches them the lesson. There's a teacher on there. They listen to him teach them. They do the questions online. If they miss it, it tells them how they missed it. It tells them exactly what to fix. You can set it up where they can get a second chance, is what they call it. I had my kids turn that off. So because they're old enough and they do well enough, they don't need that, because that would kind of, I know my kids, and it might make them kind of lazy, not trying as hard if they knew, oh, I'm going to get a second chance. So we turned that off. Best part, it grades the whole thing. There's no grading for you to do. There's no records to keep up with. It keeps up with them. I could go in there and print them off at any time. So I just wanted to tell you about it. It is the best thing we've done maybe since we started homeschooling, and I really fought this because, again, I compare myself to others and their kids, and that's what I was doing. And I know it's not good for me to do. I know it's not, I mean, it makes me think of like coveting, I guess you'd say, looking around at other people and thinking what they've got, and oh man, I wish I had that and this and that. That's no way to have peace and happiness. You have to find your path, and you have to go that path, and this is our path, and it might not be for everyone, but I encourage you, if your kids are hating math, give it a try, because now they don't even want to hear the word Saxon. They don't even want to talk about going back to that. So give teaching textbooks a try. Like I told myself, if we try it for a year and I feel like that they're maybe a little bit more behind what I want them to be, oh well, we'll pick it up next year. It'll be okay, because especially I have a 8th grader in Algebra 1 and a 10th grader in Algebra 2. So I feel like at this point we could even take a year off and still be on schedule, because I know a lot of kids in public school that are not taking those classes at that age. So, but we're not taking a year off. But like I said, even if we were, I don't think it would hurt us. So anyway, give it a try. I've got some exciting videos coming up for y'all. I'm going to show you how I use my Instapot. I love that thing. I actually have 2 of them. So stay tuned for those. I've got the Azure Standard video coming up. I want to show you how I buy in bulk and save money. And I just want to show you a few things I'm doing around here to save money. I'm really focused on, of course, I'm a stay-at-home mom, so I don't make a lot of money, but I'm focusing on spending less. So I want to be sharing those things with y'all about how we are saving money. So stay tuned for all of that, and thanks for watching, and God bless.